What is up, YouTube? Today we're talking about my top favorite Nep-5 tokens. So after yesterday's video where we kind of talked about the Neo ecosystem, today I just want to shed some light on my favorite picks within the Neo community. So that is coming up right now. What is going on, guys? Rodney here with Crypto Bros. Welcome to today's video. Just a short follow-up and kind of a playoff of yesterday's video. If you missed that, I did my top 3 crypto picks for August 2018. One of those picks were Neo, and some of the arguments I made were based on its growing ecosystem. So today, I'm just going to share some of my favorite Nep-5 tokens. That is what we're getting into today. Before we jump in though, quickly wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been subscribing to the channel. I love and appreciate you guys for that. Also, if you haven't got into my hardware wallet giveaway, I'm picking a winner on Friday. You can do that. All you have to do is come over to this tweet and read the directions. You can find the link to that in the description below. Also, if you've never checked out the Cool Wallet S hardware wallet, I have 2 video reviews on it here. One talks about the tech, one goes through the user interface. All that being said, let's jump into today's video. So the first one on this list is Thekey, and kind of in my eyes, maybe this is the most popular of the Nep-5 tokens among Neo fans or the Neo ecosystem. Thekey is a decentralized identity verification platform that runs on the blockchain. It is immutable, so it keeps all the data safe of people's identities. Right now, they do have a working product. They do have a confirmed user base of 220, So the first one on this list is Thekey. Now, Thekey, in my opinion, or based on kind of the perception, I would say, is probably the most popular of the Nep-5 tokens, at least in some people's eyes. If you check out some of the Reddit pages, a lot of people really like Thekey. Now, Thekey is a decentralized identity verification platform that runs on the blockchain. Think about, because it's on the Now, the first one on this list is Thekey, and in my eyes, or at least the perception that it gives, is maybe Thekey is the most popular of the Nep-5 tokens. A lot of people really believe in what they're trying to do, think there's some use cases tied to it, and really, if you look at some just kind of Neo ecosystem, fans in general, Thekey seems to be the one that everybody talks about. If you don't know what it is, it's a decentralized identity verification platform that runs on the blockchain, meaning it is immutable. That way, data is safe and secure. Right now, they do have a working product. They have a confirmed user base of 210 million people. That means they've collected the information of that many people. This project is backed by the government, specifically the Chinese. It also has won heavy awards, and really it's kind of focused on providing a better user experience on top of kind of helping security. So think about maybe if you want to go buy a gun or something and all the weird paperwork that you have to fill out. In this situation, they already have all this information. It's being spread across all these different groups that would need this information. So again, helps you bypass data collection, authentication, processing, and just gives a better user experience to the consumer, like you and I. The number 2 token I have on here is actually NKN. NKN focuses mainly on internet utilization efficiencies. Essentially what they're saying is in the world right now, there's a huge differentiating factor between supply and demand of internet and bandwidth in different areas across the world. Their focus is really on third world countries and people who struggle to get connectivity. And what they're doing is they're creating a decentralized network of bandwidth sharing, meaning myself, I could share my internet connection, my bandwidth with you if you have a poor signal. Let's say you're streaming, we're at a baseball game, there's a bazillion cell phones or something. This allows you to tap into my actual bandwidth or my internet and use it on your phone, and it's kind of as a pay-by-you-go service. In return for me sharing that with you, I actually get a token, the NKN token, or an incentivization piece for sharing that with you guys. So that is number 2. Number 3, I will say, is fairly controversial. A lot of people actually hate Deepbrain Chain. They call it a hype token when it came out. We'll look at that chart. When it came out, it ran way up. I mean, I ended up buying it at about 12 or 16, I don't know, 20 cents, somewhere around there. It ran up to 60 something cents and came down, and people were really pissed about that, especially because it was very hyped at the time. But Deepbrain Chain is combining basically blockchain and AI together. They're building a platform in which these two things can run in unison. It's actually the world's first AI computing platform powered by blockchain. Their goal is to have a more efficient and cost-effective way to provide AI computing power. And there are some arguments about using this on a distributed ledger, so it gets interesting in that piece. But what I like about the project is that Deepbrain is actually a company, and they've been heavily focused on AI for quite some time. They actually, they've got a lot of PhDs, and the team is really good in there in terms of AI technology. But, you know, they even came out with like an Alexa-based product. Before Alexa and Siri came out, it's called Deepbrain Cloud. Again, think like Alexa, and its AI skills hold more than 100 business clients, and it will be the first AI platform to run on the blockchain. Not to mention, they just launched their AI training net. So interesting things going on with DBC. Although, again, some people will hate this. We're like, no, it's a terrible pick. You're an idiot. I believe that AI is the future, and I like the clout that these guys have in the space, but I totally get it's not everybody's cup of tea. Moving on to number 4 is Qlink. Qlink is a decentralized global Wi-Fi sharing network. It actually offers kind of a vast array of services, but the QLC chain is building a platform for distributed telecommunications. QLC will allow you to buy connectivity from your peers. Now, this could be like internet, Wi-Fi connectivity. This could be like a cell phone service. You literally could set up what's called a base station and kind of sell Wi-Fi, whether that's in the back of your Uber, whether that's at a sports event, whatever. They are allowing kind of the sale of some of these telecommunication services. Really interesting piece there. And even so much so, you can sell your unused data from your wireless carrier to others. Really cool concept. Essentially, they are building a network as a service infrastructure that implements smart contracts to facilitate network features, function, and dApps. Moving on is Loopring, and I've actually been a big fan of Loopring for quite some time, way back when they were even an ERC20, but Loopring has kind of built this way, a decentralized way to trade your tokens between individual wallets. You literally are trading tokens or exchanging them right from the wallet interface. It uses relayers to connect the transactions and basically find you the liquidity piece. Ordering settlements are made on the Loopring protocol, leaving your transactions safe and free of risk. You don't have to enter into the actual centralized market with all that. They're using their own technology to kind of build this whole process. So really cool concept there. Even so much so, you can participate in their DEX, or you could even build your own decentralized exchange if you wanted to. And the coolest thing I think about this is the fact that their blockchain is, or that their protocol is blockchain agnostic, meaning it can be deployed on any other blockchain. You know, it's kind of has that interoperability piece where it can float around. And actually, I tossed one more on there, and it's Nex. Nex is also a decentralized exchange and payment platform. This freshly came out of ICO. They don't fully have their platform up, but a lot of people are really excited about it, and that's why I think it's worth mentioning here. In terms of a decentralized exchange, one of their biggest things, we're building an exchange that can handle an extreme amount of trades and also have a good amount of liquidity. You know, what we see with some of these decentralized exchanges is the fact that they don't have all the like tools in place like a Binance. They can't handle that type of volume. So their focus was really on this. And again, people were super jacked about Next. They also have a payment service in place. This payment service enables third-party smart contracts to send and receive global assets as a part of their computation. That's like some type of business-to-business transactions you could do over the Next platform. And the last one is cross-chain trading between Neo and Ethereum networks. I think that is pretty damn cool. Just flipping over and looking at some price points here on these. Like, we'll just look at some of these charts. You know, again, the key in my opinion is one of the most popular Nep-5 tokens, maybe outside of Red Pulse. And I didn't include Red Pulse on this video for the fact that it's kind of like their flagship ICO. It's like the first one that was launched or built on top of Neo, and everybody always talks about this. But the key, still a pretty awesome project, currently ranked 196 with a market cap of $18 million. Circulating supply, 5 billion tokens, Total supply 9 bill. New kind of network. Shot a video on this. I think this is a great project. I like where they're headed. I like the backing on this. Really, really neat, but super small market cap. Literally $7 million market cap. Ranked 378. Circulating supply 157 million. Total supply 700 million. If we look at their, their chart as well, just like everything else, it's almost not even worth it to look at the charts just because everything is seeing these huge retracements. But it is worth looking at. Now, this is the one I really did want to talk about. Look at this mega spike, and a lot of people bought up here because there was so much hype surrounding Deepbrain Chain, especially when it came out. It's kind of in the midst of like this bull run, and it just rocketed to the top. And by the time the hype train made it around, people were buying 40, 50 cents. And look at the price now. We're literally trading at 1 penny. So that sucks. So, and I think this actually soured some people on that. Like if they bought in and got burned, they may now think this is a total flop project. But again, to each their own. Loop ring, 9 cents. This is still a dirty, just a dirty price for this. I literally was buying this at like $1.20. Look how much that's retraced. So crazy retracement there. QLC, again, trading at almost 4 cents, all-time high. Man, $1, dude. These are just dirty. But this, this what happens with some of these smaller, newer projects. A lot of hype. Like there's a very similar trend. This blasted straight when it hit the markets and then has retraced ever since. But cool concepts nonetheless. So anyway, guys, I threw one more in there. I didn't include this in my slides. I do like Trinity Network Credit. This is kind of like, it's their off-chain scaling solution. So it is interesting nonetheless, but I didn't include it on here. But again, tons of cool projects on here, and there's some that I totally could have left off. I really like Thor. I'm really big into that decentralized gig economy, and there's a ton of ones. AlphaCat is legit, another AI-powered marketplace. So cool stuff nonetheless. But anyway, just kind of wanted to share my insights on that. Very casual video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you go and enter in to win this this hardware wallet. I'm super jacked about it. Again, go to the link down in the description. There's a link for a tweet. Go to that tweet, follow the directions. Also, there should be a beer can floating up in the top left-hand corner, actually right up over here. Click the beer can, and that will subscribe you guys to the channel. All that being said, guys, I am out for the night. I will check you later.